What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Brian's Broadcast. I hope all of you are doing fantastic. The moment of truth. I'm gonna do a full review right now for Versace Eros Energy, a 2024 release. And if you have missed my first impression video, please go ahead and check it out if you want before watching this review. But before I proceed, I want to get certain things out of the way. First, a lot of people compared this fragrance, Versace Eros Energy, with Aventus Cologne. Somebody compared it to Haramain L Aventure. But on my channel, on this review, again, which is not a sponsored content, I bought this bottle with my own personal money, so make sure you subscribe and support my channel. I'm not gonna do any comparison. I'm not here to do comparisons, okay? I will strictly talk about the fragrance that I have in my hand. And just so you know, I don't own a full bottle, but of course I do have a little sample of Creed Aventus. This is like full disclaimer saying, yes, I have smelled some of the real deal, and I'm not gonna do any comparison. Deal with it. Number 2. This fragrance, Versace Eros Energy, smells nowhere close to the OG. It's very different. Let's get started now. I will start with the presentation. This is your typical Versace Eros lineup box. This is what it looks like. Yellow is the color of happiness, bright happiness. So it's your happy color. And the bottle. This is what the bottle looks like. It's got that bronze or copper kind of cap, the Medusa head on the top, and of course over here. It's probably not as elegant as this one because like this specific color has its own richness to it. But Eros Energy is more of that energizing, happy feeling that you will get from this fragrance. Let's talk about the notes. On the top, you've got Italian bergamot, blood orange, lime, lemon, and grapefruit. Tons of citruses. On the mids, you've got pink peppercorn, black currant, and white amber. And on the base, you've got patchouli, musk, and oak moss. Sounds familiar? Yes, I know. That's the only reason a lot of you compared this thing to something else. I'm not gonna do that. I will strictly talk about this one on my channel. No comparisons here. Sorry guys, sorry. If you want to look at comparisons, please go to some other video, not on this one. So this fragrance, it's one of the most brightest, juicy citrus fragrances that I've smelled in a long time. I have like super potent, uber potent, juicy fragrances, but this one has this very nice and juicy, yet that happy factor to this fragrance. Like, it's almost hard to describe in words how beautiful the opening smelled. It does not smell harsh, although there's a ton of citruses here. You feel the layers of citruses, and the best part, it's sweet. It's not as sweet as this one, which is like a sweet bomb. It's not as sweet as the Versace Eros thing, but Eros Energy is more of that energizing, almost has this intoxicating vibe to it. Like, it's very addictive, smells so nice, has this soothing sweetness to it. There's a cleanliness to it. I believe it's coming from the musk, and it almost has that juicy powdery combination from that musk. Let's talk about further drying down, what happens to this fragrance as it dries down further. But before I proceed, I want to bring to your attention the level of juiciness I'm talking about. If you have smelled Zahar of Coco Loco, the way the juicy, succulent vibe that you get, or if you have smelled Barara Viking Dubai, phenomenal sweet, orangey, lemony, citrus, juicy part, or if you've smelled the Sora Midnight Gold, right? Yeah, Midnight Gold, sorry, I keep on confusing this name. So if you have smelled any of these, you understand the level of juiciness I'm talking about. So this Medusa is juicy, baby. This thing has this nice cooling sensation with it as well. Almost has that spicy undertone, and I believe it's coming from the pink peppercorn, and the black currant adds more to the sweetness, the depth. Like, it's beautifully done. The ambery vibe, the white amber, it kind of adds to that, almost like a white noise to this fragrance, as if like there's something there mysterious, but you don't capture it right away. You don't know what it is, but you feel like something is there, almost like Medusa lurking in your back, right? This Medusa is juicy. Now, drying down, you will feel the presence of that powdery musk. Now, the patchouli here is not super pronounced. It probably adds to some depth or characteristic, but it's almost I don't detect it. It's almost undetectable. The oak moss is not super pronounced. It's not one of your, how do I say this, like dirty or earthy, super green kind of oak moss. It kind of enhances the depth, almost like a 3D feeling. But the main player over here at the base is the musk, the citruses and the musk. What I get is almost like a kind of that juicy, tiny tad bit of creaminess. I believe it's again coming from the musk, and of course the musk here is more on the powdery nature as opposed to the creamy or lactonic thing. So it's more citrusy, sweet, powdery yet juicy kind of combination, which in my opinion is a beautiful thing. It kind of adds to the whole characteristic of this fragrance, like just like its name, energy. So it adds to that energy factor, almost like that energy drink. It's full of citruses. Any citrus lover, you will definitely enjoy it. It's not medicinal, it's not sharp, it's smooth, it's rather on the smoother side. But let me tell you something, I have some good news and some bad news about Eros Energy. I'll give you the bad news first. So it's not one of the loudest projectors. It's moderately projecting all the time. So I went with like 10 to 12 sprays, and that's when you will get like a more dominant projection. And that's almost like, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes to an hour max. That's when it's very loud. It's in the beginning phase, so it's slowly toning down. It sits more at an arm's length, and further drying down this thing like around 7 to 8 hours mark. This is more closer to you, but it's not like super close. It's not like a skin scent, but it's more closer to you, so it's not super pronounced. So on an average, what I noticed was that the performance is like around, I would say, let's give it 6 to 7 hours solid on an average. 8 hours, it's pushing too much. Beyond that, you will get that hint of sweetness on and off, but it's almost gone at that point. Not one of the loudest, but I must say the fragrance profile, the scent profile is one of the brightest. So guys, that was my honest take on Versace Eros Energy, not comparing to Aventus or any other fragrance. I don't do comparisons over here, but I just used references of other fragrances right here because I just wanted to give you the aspect of juiciness in this fragrance. That was the only goal of showing this fragrance. It's like it's very juicy, succulent, full of life, bright, very energizing, and at the same time it's almost mouth-watering. That's why I said this Medusa is juicy. So guys, again, please, if you're not subscribed, you came this far, please do consider subscribing. If you're not subscribed already, hit the thumbs up button if you like contents like these. And this is not a sponsored content. Any comment helps my channel a lot. It grows, it goes to the top. Of course, you need to help me with the algorithm, right? So until the next one, guys, please take care, stay safe, and all the best.